What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video, and your boy Doody is back from vacation. That's right, Doody was out for a few days taking care of family business. Had a family outing to go to. I'm back. It's a new week. Raring for some more DSP content. That's right. Yeah, the content was a little slow yesterday. Doody was recovering from his trip back, but it's a new week, and in keeping with that, Doody will be streaming today at 10 o'clock. So if you got nothing better to do, come chill and hang out. There'll be some meaningful content. We'll be discussing the marathon and all of Phil's shenanigans, and especially Phil addressing the divorce arc. So stay tuned for that at 10 o'clock. Now, Phil's daily rap was pretty short. It was about 6 minutes long. I listened to it. It was pretty dull, but I wanted to hear his thoughts on what he had to say last night on the yet another chill with Phil. It seems like Phil is having a chill with Phil every single day now, just to try to get to the support goal. And spoiler alert, that didn't happen last night. The support goal wasn't hit. So let's see what Phil had to say on the daily wrap.
Okay? Now, in regards to the late stream, it was the conclusion of Chronos The New Dawn. And I decided that for this late stream, we were going to beat the game and see what time we had left. Well, we beat the game within an hour. Basically, all I had was the final area, which was very short, the final boss fight, which was actually quite long, and then the end of the game. Once I saw the first ending of the game, people told me there is a secret ending that's available only if you beat the game a second time. Don't you want to see it? I said, well, I do. So we went to YouTube, we found someone who had done it, we watched, and I reacted to that ending, and then basically that was the end of the playthrough. Overall, what do I think? I think the game is outstanding and a great representation of a modern way to do classic survival horror with some crippling difficulty. But it's not a flawless game. There were some issues there too. I'll probably talk more about this on tomorrow's podcast, okay? Anyway, after that, we had some extra time. So we ended up hanging out and doing a Q&A for like 30, 40 minutes. And so it was basically a chill with Phil at the end. By the end of the night, sadly, we didn't hit a goal. I think we raised just around like 115, 120 bucks. Still a great night. I'm not going to complain about that. Sucks that we were so close to hitting a goal. But I mean, what happened was we beat the game so fast, a lot of people just, they dipped. They took off. And so kind of hard to hit a goal when people aren't sticking around, right? Okay, anyway, in general, it was a great streaming day. I had a great time. Everyone else had a great time. 2 thumbs up. Can't wait for tomorrow. So what's tomorrow? Tomorrow, there will be a podcast in the morning. As I just said, we'll probably talk about Chronos. We'll do maybe some reacting to anything that's come out, like clips and stuff. Maybe we'll just chill. We'll talk. We'll have a good one. We'll have a nice chill podcast tomorrow, okay? Then, it is the continuation of Sonic Racing Crossworlds, which I only played on Friday. So I'm excited to play more. We'll do new characters, new vehicles, new tracks, everything new. It should be...
Okay, I let it go on long enough. It was actually shorter than what I expected, which is always, it's not a bad thing. So yeah, last night I did capture some of the late night stream. Phil did beat the Chronos game, I think within like about 45 minutes. He was done by, I'm gonna say 11:20, and then of course he decided, well, instead of trying to replay the ending again to get the different ending, no, he didn't do that. He was too lazy and decided, well, I really don't like playing video games, so let us watch another YouTuber, someone more competent than me, actually play the other ending to see how it ends. And that's what he did. He actually fired up his YouTube. That's right, he did lazy react content. Didn't even do react content, didn't react to it at all. Just sat there on stream while someone else's video was playing. And yeah, of course he was trying to milk it for support. Something that Phil claims the Tractor does all the time. Remember, he always complains how the Tractors are lazy, how they just take his clips and don't add any commentary or don't do anything. There you had Phil doing the same exact thing, sitting there for about 15 minutes watching someone else's video and not providing any insight or commentary or anything, right? Oh my lord. Anyway, so that's right. So Phil did that, and Phil, you probably would have gotten more support if you would have replayed the game again, or the ending, to get the different ending. But you didn't do that. You were too lazy to do that. So of course, no one wants to watch you watch someone else's video. So yeah, it dipped. I mean, you barely had 150 people there to begin with, and then 50 or 60 people left when you decided to be lazy. They left, and you had barely 100 people to do your chill with Phil. And you had your dents actually suggesting, Phil, play Sonic Racing. Phil, play that truck game that you played on your marathon. You even had people saying, go play Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Kart. You had a whole bunch of different suggestions, and you refused to do any of them because you sat there and said, "Well, I don't have enough time." People said, "Play Gears of War multiplayer." That's not an ongoing playthrough. You can fire that up whenever you want. You said, "No, no, no. By the time I get into it, I'll just sit there and lose, and then it'll be done." So you decided to do yet again another boring chill with Phil. Really, I mean, how many times can you? I mean, first of all, that's what half of Phil's podcast is anyway. A chill with Phil, or a beg with Phil, right? Where he sits there and he just looks at chat, waiting for donations to come in, and he's waiting for people to ask the same 10 questions that everyone asks. They ask about Review Tech USA. They ask about the tractors. They ask about Cat. They ask about Jasper. It's like the same fucking 10 questions, and Phil gives the same answer. The only thing remotely interesting is you want to listen out to see how he's going to retcon. He's going to retcon his answer from the last time he answered the question. You know, the same question he answered the day before or during his podcast. Just boring. No one supported. No one cared. You made, I think, maybe $100. I think during the chill, Phil, you managed to scrounge maybe another $35 because, Troll McTrollin and a few other dents just wanted you to shut up about support, and they were throwing $2 at you. Essentially just throwing $2 at you just to shut you up. And you got to $100, right? And you soaked and you whined and you complained. Mind you, this is the man who made what? I think 680 something on his marathon on 6 something on his marathon on Saturday, and then made what, $160 on the first stream, sitting there fucking penny pinching people to get to $150, soaking and whining, saying, "Really, guys, we're not gonna hit the goal. We're so close. Just dropped another $60 or so." Just a greedy scumbag. And then the thing was during the chill with Phil, he was complaining that he didn't have enough time to spend with Kat. You know what would have been ideal, Phil? Would have been ideal, and probably your wife, sure, your roommate, would have been if you would have said, "You know what, guys, I'm gonna end the stream a little early today. The game finished. I played an hour. I'm gonna cut it short. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm gonna go spend that extra hour with my wife." And thank you for the support. We didn't hit the goal. No worries. You guys were so generous this weekend that I truly appreciate it. It's all good. See you tomorrow. And just leave the fucking show, right? You could have done that, but no, of course not. You can never do that. You're gonna sit there, you're gonna whine, you're gonna beg, you're gonna throw out your wife, and you're gonna want to garner sympathy from that. And no one bought it. No one gave a shit, because it's like, dude, you're your own boss. You talk about so much about how you're your own boss and how you set your own hours and you're the master of your domain. Right, but sit there and complain and whine that you don't have an extra hour to spend with your big fat wife. Right, Phil? Okay, so you can't have it both ways. You either just suck it the fuck up and don't bring up your wife and bring up the fact that you don't have any time to spend with her. Don't bring it the fuck up. Or if you do want to bring it up, how about you just leave an extra hour early and go spend that time with Soulmate, okay? But my guess is Soulmate isn't there. Soulmate isn't there. Apparently, Phil decided he wanted to go on this rant last night during the Chill with Phil segment, where he did address divorce arc. That's right. And, he was floundering. He didn't know what to say. He was stumbling his words, stuttering, and then said, I could go get Kat right now. She's downstairs. Seriously, she's downstairs, literally crying. I can go and bring her big fat ass up the steps and show her, and no one will believe me. And you had people in chat basically saying, "Phil, go do that. Go tell Cats, just come by. You can swing the camera now that you have the 2 cameras, right? Or the 3 cameras. You swing the camera to the door and you can just show her big fat face. She can say hi, and that will dispel the rumors that Kat has been gone for months or years." But no, Phil can't do that. He's like, no, I can't do that. No. That would be endangering my family. Okay, Phil, yeah. It would be endangering your family, just like you did it last year when you were so desperate for donations that you did the Burnell family, podcast, where you brought your big fat wife on, you exposed her to the internet, and being a scumbag just to get a couple $100 in your pocket. But of course, Phil will do anything, to get money in his pocket, whether it be embarrassing his wife, exposing his wife to ridicule. He doesn't give a shit. Phil just doesn't give a fuck. But he wants you to believe that, it's too much work for him to actually step downstairs and say, hey, Kat, can you give me 2 minutes of your life? Right? Can you do me a favor? Can you come up and just say hi to the chat? Just say hi to the chat. That's all you have to do. I'll point the camera right at you. You can just, or you don't even have to point the camera. You can actually have her at the door. Just say, hi, everyone. Hope everyone is having a nice night. Hope you guys are doing well. And that's it. And then that would have dispelled the notion, Phil, that your wife has been gone for years, that she moved out. You know what I mean? But no, Phil can't do that. It's just like with WWE champions all over again. When he lied and lied and lied and lied over and over again that he wasn't spending any money on a mobile game. He wasn't playing WWE champions. And then it became he does spend money on mobile games. And then it became he spends a little bit of money on WWE champions. And then it became, he spent more than just a little. And then eventually it became, but I'm not down from the rafters. But then he was down from the rafters. But then he sold the account. And so the many lies of Phil. Just like with Panda Lee. When Panda Lee, apparently they were supposed to be getting engaged. And that never happened. Literally 2 weeks after the supposed gay engagement, she left. She bounced, she left, and she left Pig Roach, right? So, if history is an indicator of anything, Phil is full of shit and Kat's not there. Anyway, we'll talk more about it today on the podcast. I'll be on at 10 o'clock. Hope to see you guys there. Peace out.